Have you ever wondered about the lesser-known facets of the 1940 movie adaptation of Pride and Prejudice? Perhaps you're curious about interesting anecdotes or facts that surround this classic film. Or maybe you're reminiscing about the first time you watched it. We'd love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. Now, let's delve into some captivating tidbits about the 1940 movie Pride and Prejudice. Did you know that despite the movie's title, it's often referred to as the Laurence Olivier version since he played the iconic role of Mr. Darcy? And here's an interesting fact. This adaptation condensed Jane Austen's novel into a shorter format to fit into a 2-hour film. But enough about the trivia. We want to know your most cherished memory or personal experience related to this movie. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We're eager to hear your stories. The 1940 film Pride and Prejudice is a classic adaptation of Jane Austen's beloved novel. Set in 19th century England, the story revolves around the witty and headstrong Elizabeth Bennet and the proud and enigmatic Mr. Darcy, as they navigate the complexities of social class, love, and societal expectations. Their initial misunderstandings and prejudices give way to a deep and enduring affection. The film boasts iconic performances by Greer Garson as Elizabeth Bennet and Laurence Olivier as Mr. Darcy, capturing the essence of their characters with remarkable chemistry. Directed by Robert Z. Leonard, it offers a timeless portrayal of the manners, humor, and romantic tension of Austen's world, drawing audiences into the intricate dance of courtship in a bygone era. This adaptation retains the novel's sharp social commentary while infusing it with the glamour and elegance of Hollywood's golden age. Pride and Prejudice remains a cultural touchstone, leaving an indelible mark on popular culture and influencing countless romantic dramas that followed. And it continues to enchant audiences with its enduring charm and wit, cementing its status as a cinematic classic. All of this makes Pride and Prejudice a timeless gem in the world of cinema, cherished by generations for its portrayal of love, class, and societal conventions in a bygone era. Marsha Hunt was the last surviving cast member of the 1940 movie Pride and Prejudice when she passed away on September 7, 2022, at the age of 104. This classic film, adapted from Jane Austen's novel, featured notable actors of its time. Hunt's longevity made her the sole survivor from the cast, providing a link to the past. The film, released over 8 decades ago, continues to be a point of interest for enthusiasts of classic cinema. Pride and Prejudice remains a cinematic piece of history that still holds a special place in the hearts of moviegoers and fans of Austen's work. Marsha Hunt's passing serves as a poignant reminder of the enduring appeal and significance of this adaptation, as well as the enduring nature of the film medium. Her connection to the 1940 movie will always be a part of its legacy. The 1940 movie Pride and Prejudice holds an interesting behind-the-scenes fact. Sir Laurence Olivier, one of the film's stars, had reservations about the production. He believed it would be a failure. Olivier was displeased that some key scenes were missing, and he thought too much attention was given to costumes rather than the actors. This skepticism from one of the lead actors sheds light on the challenges faced during the making of the film. This movie also marked the first of 3 Academy Awards for art direction for Cedric Gibbons and Paul Gross. Their work in creating the film's visual atmosphere was acknowledged with this prestigious accolade. Additionally, the daily routine during the film's production included 4 p.m. tea breaks, reflecting the influence of English culture on the set. These aspects provide a glimpse into the making of Pride and Prejudice in 1940, showcasing the challenges, achievements, and cultural influences that shaped this classic film. Pride and Prejudice, the 1940 movie, holds an interesting backstory. Acting on behalf of MGM, Irving Thalberg purchased the rights to Helen Jerome's stage adaptation of Pride and Prejudice in 1936. Jane Austen's original novel was in the public domain by that time, so Jerome's work was the only version with a copyright. It was Harpo Marx, a friend of Thalberg, who suggested the purchase after attending Jerome's play. The studio paid Jerome $50,000 for the rights to the play. This move sparked significant interest in Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. At least 5 editions of the novel were printed to coincide with the movie's release. In less than a decade after the movie's release, the novel had grown so popular that it had gone through 21 printings. However, despite the lavish sets and opulent costumes, this movie had to be shot in black and white. The reason was that producer David O. Selznick had used every available reel of Technicolor film to make Gone with the Wind in 1939, leaving none for Pride and Prejudice. This film not only brought the beloved story to the big screen, but also played a significant role in renewing interest in Jane Austen's classic novel, making it a literary sensation in the years that followed. The 1940 movie Pride and Prejudice is known for its opulent costumes, which were a departure from the time period of the original novel by Jane Austen. The costume designer, Adrian, suggested placing the movie in a later time period to make the costumes more lavish than those of Austen's era. This change added a visually striking element to the film, creating a sense of grandeur and elegance that complemented the story of love and class in 19th century England. The decision to update the costumes remains a notable aspect of the movie's production. However, it's worth noting that during the making of the film, Sir Laurence Olivier, who played Mr. Darcy, was also deeply involved in planning a stage production of Romeo and Juliet. This added an interesting layer to the production, as Olivier was preoccupied with the details of the stage play, including blocking, lighting, set design, and even composing music for it. He was eager to act alongside Vivien Leigh, with whom he had a romantic relationship off-screen. Their on-screen pairing in Pride and Prejudice was a culmination of their efforts to co-star in Hollywood movies, which had been repeatedly thwarted. Lastly, it's worth mentioning that Vivien Leigh, known for her iconic role as Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind, was initially considered for the role of Elizabeth Bennet, but was ultimately passed over in favor of Greer Garson. In conclusion, the 1940 film adaptation of Pride and Prejudice is noteworthy for its decision to update the costumes to a later time period, adding opulence to the visual aspect of the movie. The involvement of Sir Laurence Olivier in a stage production alongside his off-screen romance with Vivien Leigh adds an interesting layer to the film's production history. Additionally, the casting decisions, such as choosing Greer Garson over Vivien Leigh, offer insight into the casting dynamics of the time. As we bid adieu to the enchanting world of the 1940 adaptation of Pride and Prejudice, I invite you to take a moment to reflect on the special place this cinematic treasure holds in your heart. This enduring classic has, for decades, unfurled the tapestry of love, wit, and societal nuances, etching indelible marks on the hearts of countless admirers. Perhaps it was the impeccable portrayal of Elizabeth Bennet by Greer Garson, or Laurence Olivier's captivating embodiment of the enigmatic Mr. Darcy, that left you breathless. Maybe it was the impeccable costumes, the sprawling estates, or the sparkling dialogue that transported you to a bygone era. Or could it be that this film kindled a personal connection, evoking feelings of romance, nostalgia, or a longing for the elegance of a time long past? Whatever the case, I encourage you to share your cherished memories and thoughts about this cinematic gem. Your experiences and reflections infuse new life into the enduring legacy of Pride and Prejudice. Every memory, every insight, and every sentiment adds to the tapestry of its enduring charm. Thank you for taking this delightful journey with us and for sharing your thoughts. It's been a pleasure sharing this moment with you. Until we meet again in the realm of words and stories, keep your hearts open to the magic of classic cinema. With warm regards,